Hi everyone, my name is Csc435 and these are my group members.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. I'm Shaza Muhammad and I'm from Cs435 Gui.
Hi, my name is Syahida binti Azahar with student ID 2025-421722.
Today, we would like to present our project entitled Scientific Calculator System. Without further ado, let's begin with the introduction. Our project is a scientific calculator system. This system is designed to help users perform both basic and scientific calculation through a simple and user-friendly graphical interface. It allows users to calculate quickly and accurately while reducing calculation error. Besides that, the system also includes additional features such as calculation history to improve the overall user experience. Next, let's move on to the objective of our project. There are three main objectives for our project. First, to design a user-friendly calculator that supports both basic and scientific functions. Second, to implement a calculation history feature that can store up to 30 records and allow users to clear the history when needed. Lastly, to apply Java GUI components and layout managers to create an organized and functional interface. Now, let's move on to the GUI element used in our system. These are the main GUI elements used in our system. We use JFrame as the main application window and JPanel to organize different sections. JButtons are used for calculator operations, while JText fields allow users to enter numbers and display the result. JText area, together with JScrollPin, is used to display the calculation history. We also use Action Listener to handle button actions and Focus Listener to detect the active input field. Next, let's look at the features included in our calculator. Our calculator consists of three categories of features. The basic features include addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. The scientific features include sin, cosine, tangent, square root, power, percentage, and reciprocal functions. Lastly, the extra features include history log, delete one, clear input, and clear history to make the calculator more convenient for users. Moving on, let's take a closer look at the extra features. Our calculator also provides several extra features, like the history log stores up to 30 previous calculations for easy reference. The delete one function removes the last entered input if the user makes a mistake. Clear input clears all values from the input and output fields, while clear history deletes all saved calculation records. Finally, this slide shows the results of the basic calculator. The system can do addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division correctly based on user input. If the input is invalid, the letters or wrong values, an error message will appear to make sure the calculation stays accurate. That's all for my part. I will now pass the presentation to Shaza for the next session. Thank you.
Hi, and I will be showing the sample output. So for now, I will be showing addition and subtraction first. So the first one is addition, which is the first input is 600 and the second input is 400, and we will get the correct output, which is 1000. For subtraction, we entered 900 and 300, so we minus it, we will get 600. For multiply, we entered 85 times 90, so the output we will get is 7600 and 500. And for division is 80 over 20, which is we will get 4. So for our calculator, besides the calculator do some calculations, it also shows invalid output. How does this happen? This happens when user do some errors, such as they did not enter any value first before conducting any calculation. So for example, if you want to get the value of cos 20, you entered the cost first before you entered the value, it will show invalid output. So in this case, for trigonometry also, we must enter the number first, then the user can use the button cos and so on. For our calculators, we add scientific features, which is, as usual, we must have trigonometry, which is sine, cos, tangent, power, square root, reciprocal, and percentage. So for this slide, we demonstrate the trigonometry values such as tan, sine, and cos. So the first one is tan 70, which we will get the correct output, which is the 2.7474, and so on. And for sine 90, we will get 1. And for cos 80, we will get 0.1728 something. Yeah. For this calculation, it stated the specific amount of sine, cos, and tangent. For square root, we enter 3. So square root of 3, we will get 1.73205, and so on. And for reciprocal, you also need to enter one number, which is reciprocal is 1 over x. Therefore, 1 over 6, we will get 0.166666. Yeah. For the next one is power. So we must enter 2 inputs. So the first number is 8, and the second number is 2. So the number 2 will become the power. So 8 power of 2, we will get 64. And last but not least is percentage. This percentage requires to enter one input. In this case, we enter 16. 16%, we will get 0.16.
This is the history log features. It is automatically saved up to 30 calculation entries, which making it easier for users to refer back to the previous calculations. User can also clear the entire history anytime by clicking the Clear History button. This slide shows what happened after the history reached its maximum of 30 entries. When a new calculation is performed, the older entry is automatically removed, ensuring that only the latest 30 calculations are being kept. This keeps the history organized without exceeding the storage limit. This slide explains the design and layout of our calculator. The left panels contain the input fields and calculator buttons, while the right panels display the history log with a maximum of 30 entries. We also use grid layout to arrange the buttons more flexibly, especially for the larger zero button. Finally, different font sizes are used to make number buttons more visible and improve the overall user experience. These are the coding highlights of our calculator. We use loopback constraints to arrange the button neatly and responsively. Focus adapter is implemented to detect the active input field, ensuring that every input is entered into the correct box. We also included error handling to prevent invalid calculations, such as division by 0 and undefined tangent values.
Now, we would like to show you our Java coding for the scientific calculator system. Next, I will run the program and demonstrate the interface of our calculator. As you can see, this is the main interface of our scientific calculator system. It provides a simple and user-friendly layout that includes basic functions, scientific functions, and additional features. First, I will demonstrate the basic features. The calculator can perform addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, and it displays the correct result based on the user's input. Next, I will demonstrate some of the scientific features, such as square root, sine, cosine, tangent, percentage, power, and reciprocal functions. Our calculator also includes a clear history feature, which removes all previously saved calculation records. If the user attempts to divide a number by 0, the system displays an error message to prevent invalid calculations. The Clear button clears all input and output fields, allowing users to start a new calculation easily. For undefined mathematical operations, such as the tangent of 90 degrees, the system also displays an error message to ensure accurate calculations. This concludes the demonstration of our scientific calculator system. Thank you for watching.
This project successfully developed a user-friendly scientific calculator with advanced functions and a history log using Java Swing. By effectively implementing layout managers and mathematical error handling, the applications delivers a functional, reliable, and a responsive user experience.